Welcome, fellow cat guardians and enthusiasts of feline behavior. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on one of the most common, yet fundamentally misunderstood, practices in modern pet ownership: free feeding. While the convenience of a bottomless bowl is undeniable for our busy schedules, we must ask ourselves what this all-you-can-eat lifestyle truly costs our cats on a biological and psychological level. For millions of years, the feline species has been defined by the hunt, a high-stakes cycle of tracking, pouncing, and finally consuming a hard-earned meal. When we remove the effort and replace it with a static plastic dish that is never empty, we aren't just providing food, we are inadvertently dismantling the very core of their evolutionary identity. This video will explore how the simple act of leaving food out all day can lead to a profound identity crisis for your pet, transforming a majestic apex predator into a sedentary shadow of their former self, and why reclaiming the mealtime ritual is the most compassionate choice you can make for their long-term well-being and happiness. To understand why free feeding is so detrimental, we must first look at the incredible biological machinery of the cat, which is designed for intermittent intensity rather than constant grazing. Unlike humans or dogs, who have evolved to process a variety of food sources throughout the day, the cat is an obligate carnivore whose entire metabolic system is synchronized with the feast or famine rhythm of the wild. Their stomach is small and highly acidic, designed to expand rapidly during a large meal and then rest for hours as it extracts every possible nutrient. When a cat grazes continuously, their digestive system never truly enters a state of rest. Instead, it is kept in a perpetual state of low-level activity that can lead to insulin resistance and chronic inflammation. This biological mismatch is a primary driver behind the skyrocketing rates of feline obesity and type 2 diabetes we see in veterinary clinics today. By ignoring the natural pulse of their metabolism, we are effectively forcing their bodies to operate in a way that nature never intended, leading to a slow but certain decline in their physical vitality and their natural ability to regulate their own energy levels. Beyond the physical toll, the psychological impact of the bottomless bowl is perhaps even more devastating to a cat's mental health. In the wild, a cat's brain is constantly flooded with dopamine during the hunting process. The anticipation of the catch is just as rewarding as the meal itself. This seeking circuit is what keeps a cat sharp, curious, and engaged with their environment. When food is always available without effort, this circuit becomes dormant, leading to a state of profound psychological ennui or boredom. Imagine living in a world where every desire is met before you even feel it. While it sounds like a luxury, it actually strips life of its purpose and challenge. For a cat, this lack of mental stimulation often manifests as behavioral problems that owners find frustrating, such as excessive vocalization, destructive scratching, or redirected aggression toward other pets. They aren't being bad cats. They are simply predators with no outlet for their instincts, desperately trying to find a way to feel the rush of the hunt in a world that has become far too easy and predictable. Let us consider a real-life scenario to illustrate the milk step and hunting psychology. Observe a cat that is fed on a schedule versus one that is free-fed. The scheduled cat often displays a pre-feeding ritual. They may rub against your legs, chirp, or perform what many call happy dances. This isn't just begging, it is the cat's way of engaging in a social and predatory contract with you. In contrast, the free-fed cat often becomes indifferent to the presence of food, leading to a phenomenon known as finicky eating. Because the food is always there, it loses its value as a high-reward resource. We often see these cats wandering to the bowl, taking 2 or 3 bored bites, and walking away. This lack of enthusiasm is a sign that the cat has lost its food drive, which is a critical indicator of overall health. When a cat stops seeing food as a reward, the owner loses one of the most powerful tools for bonding and training. You are no longer the provider of life-sustaining resources, you are simply a furniture mover in a house where the prey is already dead and sitting in a ceramic dish, leading to a thinning of the emotional bond between pet and owner. The secret life of a free-fed cat often involves a cycle of lethargy that owners mistake for laziness. You might notice your cat sleeping for 20 hours a day, only waking up to shuffle to the bowl and back to the sofa. While cats are natural sleepers, This level of inactivity is often a sign of learned helplessness. Without the need to patrol, hunt, or earn their keep, their world shrinks to the size of their feeding station. This sedentary lifestyle causes a loss of muscle tone and joint flexibility, making them even less likely to play or jump as they age. In the wild, a cat's territory is something they must actively defend and utilize to survive. In a free-feeding home, the territory becomes a vacuum. This lack of movement contributes to silent health issues, such as urinary crystals, which are exacerbated by a lack of water intake and physical activity. By providing food freely, we are accidentally creating a golden cage, where the cat has everything they need to survive, but nothing they need to truly thrive or feel the vibrant pulse of their own predatory nature. So, what is the professional recommendation for those who wish to restore their cat's instincts? The transition from free feeding to scheduled meal times must be handled with empathy and patience, as your cat has likely become addicted to the constant presence of kibble. Start by establishing 2 to 3 specific times a day when food is offered, and leave it down for only 30 minutes. This creates a scarcity that reawakens the cat's interest in their meals. However, simply putting a bowl down isn't enough to fully restore their instincts. You must replace the hunt that they are missing. This is where environmental enrichment comes into play. Before every meal, engage your cat in 5 to 10 minutes of vigorous play using a wand toy or a feather chaser. Allow them to track, chase, and finally kill the toy before placing their food bowl down. This completes the predatory sequence: hunt, catch, kill, eat, groom, sleep, which is the natural blueprint for a happy feline. By mimicking this cycle, you are giving your cat the mental reset they crave, turning mealtime back into a moment of triumph rather than a chore. For those with busy schedules, modern technology offers brilliant solutions that align with feline psychology better than a standard bowl. Puzzle feeders and time dispensers are excellent ways to make your cat work for their food while you are away. A puzzle feeder forces a cat to use their paws and brain to manipulate the toy to release a piece of kibble, which perfectly simulates the foraging aspect of hunting. This keeps their mind sharp and prevents the rapid scarf and barf behavior often seen in bored cats. Furthermore, dividing the daily caloric intake into several small, micro-meals hidden around the house can encourage your cat to patrol their territory, turning your living room into a landscape of discovery. These small changes shift the power dynamic back to the cat, allowing them to feel a sense of agency and control over their environment. When a cat feels like they have earned their meal, their confidence increases, often leading to a reduction in anxiety-based behaviors and an increase in affectionate interactions with their human companions. In conclusion, the hidden danger of free feeding is not just about the calories. It is about the erosion of the feline soul. Our cats are remarkable creatures, tiny tigers living in our living rooms, and they deserve a life that honors their complex heritage. By moving away from the bottomless bowl, you are not being mean or restrictive, you are being an advocate for their mental and physical health. You are choosing to see them as the capable, intelligent predators they truly are. As you begin this journey of scheduled feeding and interactive play, watch closely as your cat's eyes brighten, their coat becomes glossier, and their personality begins to shine with a new sense of purpose. It is a profound privilege to share our lives with these animals, and by respecting their biological needs, we ensure that their secret lives are filled with vitality rather than boredom. Thank you for your commitment to understanding the hidden language of your pet. Your reward will be a deeper, more meaningful bond with a cat that is truly alive in every sense of the word.